Good morning. Good morning. Quick check-in here on XRP, some Bitcoin, and some Sigma coin. All right. So XRP still working off of this 5-wave move on the larger macro 5 waves. We've been holding well above a 618 back test. Look at that, right? So we hit a 618 right here. We impulsed off, and now we're kind of grinding through, dealing with some breakdowns here this morning based off of Bitcoin's price action. So we just had a wick to the downside, still ultimately held a higher low, which is great. And now we're just kind of trying to see how this price action plays out. There is this gap in volume that we're expecting to come back down to move further down in this region. But for the most part, this was actually a pretty aggressive buy up that we see here now. For those doing the 10 XRP challenge, 4-hour momentum is moving to the upside. So this would still be an area of interest if you're slowly looking to re-enter. And you can see how when we get a little bit overdone here on this price action, when the two lines move to the upside and cross, or we have a red worm right up here at this level, or the 8s and 9ers, it's time to roll over. So we did get our 8s and 9ers down at the bottom, and we are curving to the upside. So just slowly work your way into the positioning, and you can kind of move in and out of that. So that's what I'm doing at this point in time. So from there, we're going to be looking at the gap fill as a potential area. So we'll just be keeping our eye on that. That'd still keep us valid down to a 702 or even a 786 retrace. But as of right now, this 618 has been massively held thus far, even with Bitcoin working for a quick smackdown here today to try to mess with everybody going into the weekend. Now, one thing to note here on the daily for the XRP is that we're still actually pulling down. So we don't expect any massive momentum. This is just a slow phase in as we're waiting for the daily to shift back to the positive. And we're seeing some good signs of it here at the low end, but right now it's nothing to write home to mom about. So we're just going to need to be patient while we wait for price action to start recovering to the upside. But this is much slower, as you can see. So when we get the full confirmations here, the market had already pulled up off the lows and still had more room to run. When we got the breakdown level here, it was actually the day of, so you ended up, being late. So that's why we're using the 4-hour ultimately to give us an idea of where we're running, which right now it is curving bullish, even though it doesn't look like it on the price action. So there is buying and demand coming in. So the fact that we've already hit this 886 does lead me to believe that we will be coming down in here. So just keep some dry powder, and we'll work off of that. Not financial advice. And so ultimately, that's kind of what we're looking at here today. And over here on the Sigma coin, we're actually kind of getting the similar type of read. We have a bottoming out structure on both the RSI and Stoch, and we're working through this kind of just slow descent here with a large macro WXY completion. That was an ABC down, ultimately became a ABC down, and then a WXY to the side, and then another 5-leg to the downside that we're working through. So we'll just continue to monitor Sigma here, but it should continue to hold. My anticipation is that it holds a higher low based off of that 1010 wick event, as we've closed most of this inefficiency, and now we can start working out of here. So we'll just keep watching the whole market overall. But as of right now, it is still in the area of interest to buy for any DCA. So, all right, we'll check in tomorrow, and thanks so much for watching.